So, you're considering packing up and heading to Alabama, eh? Well, before you swap your city lights for southern nights, you might want to hear this out. Alabama might charm you with its barbecue, football fever, and historical landmarks, but beneath that sweet tea lies some real reasons why moving here could be a disaster in disguise. Let's dive into the top reasons not to make Alabama your home. Ready? Let's go. Number 10. Historical baggage. A legacy that lingers. Alabama has a rich and complex history, deeply rooted in the civil rights movement. While the state was home to pivotal events in the fight for equality, it still struggles with the lingering effects of its past. Places like Selma, Birmingham, and Montgomery are often celebrated for their role in history. But Alabama's reputation for racial segregation and systemic inequality persists. Today, while progress has been made, many communities still feel the scars of historical injustices. This history impacts the perception of the state both nationally and internationally, making Alabama a challenging place for those who are particularly sensitive to social justice issues. Racial tension, while not at the forefront as it once was, still exists in some areas, influencing the social and political atmosphere. If you're someone who values progressive change, Alabama may seem like a state still struggling to reconcile its past with its future. Number 9. Sunday. Forget doing anything. Blue laws and quiet streets. It's 2024, and yet some parts of Alabama still embrace blue laws, which restrict certain activities on Sundays. While larger cities like Birmingham and Mobile have relaxed these laws, many smaller towns keep Sundays quiet. This means limited access to stores, restaurants, and services. And even if you live in a city, don't expect to find much open late at night. Most places shut down by 10 p.m. Alabama's Sunday restrictions on alcohol sales also linger in some counties. The slower pace of life may appeal to those looking for tranquility, but for people used to a more active, on-the-go lifestyle, this can be frustrating. If you're accustomed to running weekend errands or enjoying a night out on a Sunday, you'll need to plan ahead. Number 8. Bugs and critters galore. A pest's paradise. Welcome to Alabama, where the bugs are big, bold, and unapologetic. The state's hot and humid climate creates the perfect breeding ground for a wide variety of pests. Cockroaches here don't just scurry, they fly. Mosquitoes, especially during the summer months, can turn any outdoor activity into a battle. If you're a fan of nature documentaries, you'll feel like you're living in one as you deal with scorpions, snakes, and even the occasional alligator in southern parts of the state. Homeowners frequently battle infestations, and pest control is an ongoing cost of living. Whether you're an urban dweller or in the countryside, these critters will make their presence known. If creepy crawlers aren't your thing, Alabama might feel like a horror movie set. Number 7. Rural Alabama, the land that time forgot. In 2024, rural Alabama still feels like it's stuck in a technological time warp. While the rest of the country moves forward with high-speed internet and advanced infrastructure, many rural areas here lag far behind. Broadband access remains limited, and even cell service can be spotty. This lack of infrastructure also extends to healthcare and education, with fewer hospitals, schools, and services available in rural areas. If you're thinking of escaping the city life for a quiet rural Alabama setting, be prepared for a slower pace in every aspect, from technological connectivity to access to basic amenities. You won't be ordering that Uber Eats or relying on Amazon same-day delivery here. Number 6. Education woes, falling behind in the classroom. Alabama consistently ranks low in education, and the public school system is one of its weakest points. According to national reports, Alabama's schools fall behind in key areas like student performance, funding, and teacher salaries. Many rural areas suffer from underfunded schools, outdated facilities, and a lack of resources for students. Parents looking to enroll their kids in a solid education system may find Alabama's K-12 public schools lacking. While the state boasts respected higher education institutions like the University of Alabama and Auburn University, the challenges in early education can be a deal breaker for families. The state government is making efforts to improve the situation, but change is slow. Number 5. The political landscape isn't for everyone. Alabama's politics lean heavily conservative, which may not align with everyone's views. The state has been at the center of national debates over issues like reproductive rights, LGBTQ+ protections, and voting restrictions. Alabama's political climate can feel polarizing for those with progressive or moderate views. Social conservatism shapes many aspects of life here, from laws to everyday interactions. While this resonates with many residents, others may feel stifled by the lack of political diversity. If you're someone who thrives in a more progressive environment, Alabama's social and political climate might be too rigid for your liking. Number 4. Roll Tide or else. The football obsession. In Alabama, football isn't just a game, it's a religion. If you're not ready to worship at the altar of the Alabama Crimson Tide or Auburn Tigers, life here might be challenging. College football takes over everything from TV schedules to weekend plans. On game days, the streets are empty and grocery stores are packed with fans stocking up for tailgating. Not a fan of football? Too bad. It will still dominate your conversations, social events, and even workplace small talk. The rivalry between Alabama and Auburn is intense, and neutrality is often not an option. So if you'd rather spend your Saturdays doing literally anything else, Alabama might feel like enemy territory. Number 3. Jobs? Good luck, pal. Limited opportunities. Alabama's job market is not the strongest, particularly in certain regions. While the state is known for its industries like aerospace, automotive manufacturing, and agriculture, the overall job market can feel limited. Many parts of the state face high unemployment rates and low wages compared to the national average. This economic disparity is particularly noticeable in rural areas where job opportunities are scarce. The state also lacks diversity in industries, so unless you're specialized in one of the few booming sectors, your job search could be a long one. For people seeking a dynamic job market with room for growth, Alabama's employment landscape may fall short. Number 2. Public transportation. What's that? Outside of a few cities, public transportation in Alabama is nearly non-existent. If you're moving from a major city with a subway, bus system, or ride-sharing options, be prepared for a culture shock. Most of Alabama's residents rely on their cars to get anywhere, and for those without a vehicle, life can become very isolating. The lack of public transit can also lead to higher costs of living when factoring in car payments, insurance, and gas. Even in cities like Birmingham or Montgomery, public transportation options are limited and often unreliable. So unless you're willing to embrace a car-dependent lifestyle, Alabama's transportation woes could drive you away. Number 1. Hotter than a frying pan. The brutal weather. Alabama's weather is no joke. Summers here are blistering, with temperatures regularly hitting 90 degrees Fahrenheit and humidity levels that make it feel much worse. If you're not a fan of sweating through your clothes the moment you step outside, Alabama's climate might be your worst nightmare. But it's not just the heat. The state is prone to natural disasters like hurricanes, tornadoes, and floods, particularly in the Gulf Coast region. In fact, Alabama experiences some of the most severe tornado activity in the country. While mild winters might appeal to some, the brutal summers and risk of extreme weather events make Alabama's climate a major drawback for many potential movers. Thanks for sticking around till the end. If this video gave you a few laughs, made you think twice about moving to Alabama, or just entertained you with some good old Southern facts, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more future videos. And don't forget to tap the notification bell so you never miss an update.